Although Bhagwan Ved Vyas does not have 4 faces, yet he is another Brahma. He has just 2 hands, but still he is another Vishnu. Though he does not have a 3rd eye, yet he is another Shiva. To such a Bhagwan Badrayan Ved Vyas our salutations over and over again.
Bhadra, open your eyes. See, your son has come.
Ma,
Give her this.
listen, Ma. Have this Ganga Jal.
How many more years till you finish your study of the Vedas?
I can't really say, Father. Perhaps for some more years. I have not been able to memorize the Ved yet. Nor is my Acharya satisfied with my education.
Whatever you have learned is quite sufficient. Both of us together will be able to make a living. If you go now, I wonder when will you return? I don't know how long will I live.
But my education will remain incomplete, Father.
If you survive, perhaps you'll be able to study. But it is for you to decide.
This famine is so severe that the students ran away. That student who had gone to see his mother did not return. If the students were here, they would have surely brought us some alms. But now there is no hope.
What else would the students do if not leave? Who can stay and study where there is no food to eat? There has been no rain since 13 years. There is just misery all over.
Scarcity too makes people unkind.
I hear that in some cities, some acharyas have started teaching the children of wealthy people for money.
Why don't we too go to some big city?
No, Tara. I shall fight hunger but will not give up my dharma. Knowledge. Because knowledge is invaluable. When all values start declining, it is the knowledge that sustains all.
Suffering from scarcity due to famine one day, the Acharya approached Vasudeva Acharya. After the usual polite talk, both the Acharyas discussed the prevailing conditions.
Circumstances always bring up new challenges, Acharya, and man's righteous disposition lies in accepting those challenges. This famine too has raised new questions. In such difficult times, should a man strive for knowledge or for food? When the society itself is starving, what about the hunger of people who are dependent on such a society?
There is one more thing which is worrying me, Acharya. The volume of content of the Ved has become so vast that it is becoming difficult for everyone to memorize it. Intelligent students take a shorter period of time, but ordinary ones take much longer. Sometimes even a whole lifetime. Is it not possible to have a fixed period or fixed curriculum for learning Veda?
But for that, the entire content of Ved will have to be divided into several parts.
Perhaps that is my intent, Acharya.
But how is it possible? It would require an avatar to bring it about.
Yes, some avatar of knowledge. But there must be someone who can accept this great challenge.
I have a disciple like that. who literally lives the Ved.
What is his name?
Krishna. Rishi Parashar's son Krishna. You also consult with other acharyas. I too shall discuss with rishis such as Narad and Sanak. If everyone agrees, I will go to Badri and speak to Krishna. I have discussed with Sanak and other rishis. Everyone feels that if the Ved, as we know it today, is divided into sections, then it will help in the widespread dissemination of knowledge. It will be easier for an acharya to teach smaller portions to a large number of students. Thus, the knowledge of Ved will spread.
Acharya, but how will I be able to achieve such a feat?
You tell me, does the diamond know its worth? It is my wish that you divide the Ved into sections.
Narrator, how much of this story is factual and how much imaginary?
Circumstances and eras are my imagination, but it is a fact that the expansive contents of the Ved was the reason for its division, and it was Krishna Dwaipayan who worked on it.
Dwaipayan? What does Dwaipayan mean?
The one who was born on a dweep is Dwaipayan. Krishna Dwaipayan divided the entire content of Ved into 4 parts and taught one Ved each to each one of his 4 main disciples. Thus it was that Pel received the Rig Ved, Vaishampayan got Yajurved, Jaimini received Samved, and Sumantu got Atharva Ved. Because Krishna Dwaipayan divided the Ved, therefore he came to be known as Veda Vyas, meaning the one who divided and also elaborated the Ved. Just imagine, Nati, in an era where there was no tradition of writing, at such a time, just from memory, to divide Shruti, the Vedic knowledge acquired by listening, into 4 parts, and then to make his students learn each Ved by heart, and that too without any mistake. What a difficult task it must have been.
Narrator, he actually made the Ganga of knowledge accessible for all generations to come.
Veda Vyasa's spiritual endeavor and service to knowledge does not end here.
अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात्.
Not getting sleep?
I have slept. Thoughts are awake.
Are you writing something mentally?
Aruni, the seeming contradictions in the Upanishads often confuse my students when they study them. So I am trying to compile the essence of all Upanishads into aphorisms in such a way that they become concurrent and absolutely clear. Brahma Sutra. Yes, Brahma Sutra. This name will be perfect. Aruni, as soon as any disciple wakes up, send him to me. I shall teach them Brahma Sutra from now on.
First, he divided the Ved and established them as the 4 texts of Ved, then composed Brahma Sutra. Was there any moment when Veda Vyas was not pursuing knowledge?
See for yourself.
Aruni, I'm going on a long journey. It will be several months before I return.
But you have just returned from Naimisharanya.
That is the place where I had decided to compile the Puranas.
So you will visit every Gurukul in Panchanath province? From the rishis, acharyas and teachers of that area, you will research ancient sagas, legends, lineage, history, biographies, science, etc. And you will integrate them all and then write. But all this would take several lifetimes.
I know that. But I wish to fulfill my intention in this very life.
Can some other sage not take on this responsibility?
I cannot wait for anyone. Aruni, rishis are trying very hard. But the Vedic thought is not reaching the society. It has remained limited to intellectuals. Aruni, when man realizes that he himself is divinity, he is God, that he himself is Brahma and the universe, then perhaps Where he is unable to see anything except himself, he will see the self alone in everything. That is why I wish to take to the masses the Vedic philosophy and the Vedic knowledge, the science of self through sagas, stories, discourses, poetry, history and Puranas. I wish that those who want to know the truth through intellect may reach it through intellect. Those who wish to reach it through karma may reach it that way. Those who wish to reach it through bhakti may reach it that way. But they must attain that truth. Therein lies liberation for us, nirvana for us.
This effort will tire you.
Aruni, this is my sole interest. My happiness lies in the continuous service to knowledge. I can control the thoughts of my mind, but what do I do about my thirst for knowledge? How can I turn away from the service to knowledge and mankind?
Will you take anyone along or will you go alone?
Veda Vyasa composed 18 Puranas comprising various subjects and the same number of Up-Puranas. Vishnu Puran, Naradiya Puran, Garud Puran, Padma Puran, Varaha Puran, Brahma Puran, Brahmand Puran, Vaivarta Puran, Markandeya Puran, Ling Puran, Shiv Puran, Skand Puran, Agni Puran and Srimad Bhagavad Puran are gifts from Veda Vyasa. And the flow of this Gyan Ganga did not end just there.
Pranam Acharya.
Pranam, pranam. Badrayan. Warriors from the entire northern region are arriving at Kurukshetra.
I know that Devarshi Narad.
Can this battle not be prevented even now?
It is difficult to convince Duryodhan Devarshi.
Will you be going to Hastinapur?
Those who survive after the battle, they will require comfort, and that's where you and I will be needed. Being silent and helpless witnesses to the devastation at Kurukshetra is our destiny, Devarshi.
And after seeing the great devastation at Kurukshetra, Badrayan Vyas returned to his hermitage.
Ever since you returned from Hastinapur, you do not seem to be at peace.
Aruni, forest after forest have been cut to make cremation pyres for the slain warriors. Animals were tied to rocks and were made to drown in rivers. What was gained from this war? Millions of widows and orphaned children? I am unable to forget Draupadi's scream. Bhishma's silence is making me restless. Duryodhan's wickedness is challenging me. Vasudev Krishna's song is repeatedly admonishing me that Vyas, why does our era not understand that one should follow dharma? And that alone shall grant us earth calm and moksha. Aruni, I feel that until I write down this grim history of our era, I will not be at peace. I will write. I shall write the great saga of Bharat dynasty.
It is said that the volume of the great epic Mahabharata was so vast that Veda Vyasa composed and recited it, and Lord Ganpati assisted him by. This great epic containing 100,000 verses is the greatest epic poem in the world.
But Ganpati is Ganpati after all. Before writing, he put a condition before Vyas. that if you stop dictating words to me, I shall stop writing at once. On that, Vyas put his counter condition: you will not write a single word without understanding its import. So whenever Vyas needed some rest, he would say something challenging and profound to confuse Ganpati.
Nati, perhaps this legend covertly contains a connection between word and connotation, seeker and the sought. Right? But not without understanding. Viewers, avatars do not drop down from heaven. When divinity assumes a form and expresses itself in some form or the other, it comes to be known as an avatar. Veda Vyas is known as an incarnation of knowledge. He compiled Vedas and the Upanishads therein, composed the Brahma Sutras, composed Bhagavad Gita within the great epic Mahabharata, composed Puranas and Up-Puranas and other scriptures, leaving his indelible imprint on the treasure trove of knowledge of Sanatan Dharma. Thus, Maharshi Vyas persistently served knowledge, and by doing so, he safeguarded the science of Ved for future generations. We shall forever remain indebted to Maharshi Vyas. Indeed, it is no wonder that Krishna Dwaipayan, Veda Vyas, is among those immortalized forever.
Narrator, you said that Veda Vyas is God's incarnation of knowledge. But God being omnipresent is also formless. So how can that which is formless assume a form?
Nati, actually, only the formless can assume a form. Look here, before the world existed, this nature, individual beings were all without a form, but they manifested as forms. So why can't the all-powerful Lord not assume a form? Therefore, saying that the Lord cannot assume any kind of form would amount to limiting that omnipresent, omnipotent Lord, in spite of being the one who was never born. With his power of Maya, it appears as if he has taken birth.
Narrator, when do avatars incarnate?
Nati, whenever dharma declines and adharma proliferates, it is then that the Lord incarnates.
Narrator, if Veda Vyas is avatar of knowledge, are there other kinds of incarnations too?
Yes, Nati. God incarnates in various forms as per the desire of the totality.
Such as?
Such as Nitya Avatar, meaning God remains perpetually incarnate in the world in the form of sages and saints. Anshavatar, which means God incarnates even with just a partial amount of his powers. The purpose of such incarnation is limited to fulfilling just one task, such as Veda Vyas in Knowledge Avatar, as a fish in his Matsya Avatar, as a boar in his Varaha Avatar, and in Vamana Avatar, God incarnated as a dwarf. Avesha Avatar, that means when any devotee is in trouble, at such a time God incarnates instantaneously. For example, God incarnated as Narsimha Avatar for Prahlad's sake. Purna Avatar, in which the Supreme Lord manifests his full grandeur, which means all of his 16 aspects. The avatar by which protection of the good, annihilation of the evil, and establishment of righteousness, these three purposes get fulfilled. That avatar is called Purna Avatar. Thus, Bhagwan Shri Krishna is also called Purna Avatar. But Nati, remember one thing. God is fundamentally always Purna. But, according to the need of the hour, and with suitable means, he manifests his powers.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Whenever righteousness declines and unrighteousness increases, at such times I manifest myself. For the protection of good, annihilation of the evil, and for establishing dharma, I incarnate in every era.
यस्य प्रसादात् भवमङ्गलार्था प्रसूतगङ्गोपनिषत् विशुद्धा समर्पयामो गुरुचिन्मयाय भूयात् प्रसन्नः स शिवस्वरूपः